Hello, everyone. My name's Desi, aka Advent. You know me from different online communities. Today, going to be a pretty quick session. Just going to be talking about funded accounts, how to trade through TradingView, specifically for futures, because I don't really trade anything else through it. And then my own experience and what I know about funded accounts from my experience today. Cool. So I'm gonna share my screen and let me know if you guys can see this. Perfect. Cool. So there's two different websites that I was sent. There's Elite Trader Funding and then there's Apex Trader. I decided to go with Elite Trader Funding. Specifically this one right here, the 100K evaluation is $50. They give you 100K. Literally,
Wow.
I did it and it was what? Literally like in 10 minutes of me signing up, not even like 5 minutes of me signing up. They gave me the logins and I was good to go. Now,
Okay, for $50.
say that again.
You're not a, you're not. You're talking about like the funded accounts. You beat the challenge in the first minute that when you did your
No,
first
no, no,
trade
no.
there.
I'm like that they gave me the funded account within that time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep, yep, yep. Also, any questions you may have, I forgot to mention, type them in the chat and I'll get back to you guys.
Sounds
I'm
good.
losing my train of thought. So yeah, this is the specific one that I did. They give you 14 days to hit the challenge, but you need to trade at least 5 days. And I think my screen froze. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, and we could see
Yeah,
your screen.
yeah, I
Perfect.
see your screen.
Just making sure my thing was froze for a second. Anyway, let me actually close Discord and let me disconnect my second monitor. You guys can still see?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, this is the specific one that I did. Now, for those who don't know about funded accounts, while it may seem like this amazing thing, which it is in my opinion, there's a lot of rules that it takes into account. So for example, the specific one that I did, you need to trade at least 5 days and you have 14 days to make 6K on the 100K account. This one has no resets. So from my understanding, if I fail this challenge, I can never do it again. But there's other ones like this one, then 250K for $150. And then there's a lot of other different ones. You could like look through the details when you guys have time. Um, the trailing drawdown. So people didn't really understand that, and I'm going to clear it up as best I can. So for this specific one that I did, the max drawdown is 3,000. So if my account hits, hold on, I'm getting a little, it's freezing on me again. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Let me close this. Or actually, it might be because TradingView is on. All right, maybe that'll help. Cool. So the max drawdown, what that means is if I hit 97K in this account, the challenge is done. I lost. And then it's pretty much over. Now, the trailing drawdown, which we can see right here, that means that whether it's unrealized or realized gains, the max drawdown trails with the account size. So let's say, we start at 100K. If I get to 103K, my new max drawdown goes up to 100K, whether I took the profit or not. So if you get up to 103K unrealized, your drawdown is now 100K. And if you don't take your gains, and let's say you just cash out at 1,000 and your account is at 101K, you can only lose 1,000 more before you fail the account. Let me know if that makes sense.
Repeat that.
Uh, the drawdown thing again?
Yeah, the drawdown part.
Cool. So basically, 100K account to keep it simple. If I lose 3K or the account goes to 97K, then the challenge is done. I failed it. Now with the trailing drawdown, that means that if I hit 103K in the account, whether it's realized or unrealized,
What
the
does that mean? Realized or unrealized?
realized means that I secured the profit. It's like officially in my account. It's not an open position. And unrealized means, let's just say you've got a position in and you're up 10K, but you don't secure it. And it goes to like, I don't know, 100, let's say 110K. Your max drawdown now is 170K. So if you don't take that profit and it hits 107K, you're done. You failed the challenge.
Oh, man.
So you got to take your gains. Make sense?
That's a little tricky right there. So you're saying like if it's at 100K, you get it to 105K. If you don't take that 5 grand and it goes back to 100K, you lose.
Yeah, you basically fail the account because the max drawdown is 3K. So if I get it to 105K and I don't secure that profit and it goes under 102K, I fail the challenge.
That's strange because what if what if your trade is, it's supposed to go to 110?
Max drawdown, take those gains. That's what I mean. Like
Fun
when it comes,
account.
That's okay.
that's what I mean when it comes to these challenges. You got to be super disciplined and you got to take your gains when you get them. So if it's your first target, you better partial out and break even or do what you got to do because that max drawdown is gonna
For
get you.
example, for example, let's say you have a really good position, it's gonna fluctuate a little bit, it's gonna, play around, maybe go up and down, but eventually it's gonna shoot up to, 200. Let's say you're at 50, it's gonna go all the way to 200. Even though it went to 30, you'll lose your account, but then when it hits 200, you didn't take money out here, so you're gonna lose the account. That's it's a little strange.
Well,
So you
keep in
say,
mind, you
Mhm.
can't swing trade with this. You can
Okay.
only day trade. So if you're swing trading, of course, that'll be a really big handicap. But this is
Yeah.
specifically for day trading because they don't let you hold any positions overnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
so you
there's like
can
no
only day trade.
fluctuation really allowed.
More so to protect them, to protect their own capital. They're not gonna let anybody swing trade anything because if you swing
Yeah,
and you get a gap down, it's over for
you're
you.
done. Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no resets on this one that you did, or can
Yeah,
you select a challenge?
this specific one, there is no reset. So from my understanding, I could be wrong. Once I fail this, then it's done. Like I can't retry this one. I can probably do the 25K or the 250K, but this specific one I can't do.
I'm
Now,
not sure. I'm not sure if that's what that means. I think when they say no resets is because other firms, for example, let's say as long as you're above the starting capital, you could but you don't, like, let's say, because I did the 200K account, you got to make let's say 20K. If
mhm,
you're at like 110K and you didn't break any of the rules, you could literally reset the entire challenge again. So for example, like if you pass the first phase and then you're on phase 2, but let's say you're at 205K and your goal is 210, but you didn't
mhm.
break any rules, you could literally reset it again, but you're gonna have to start from phase 1, but it's for free though. I think that's what it means.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah, yeah. You
so
could take the challenge as many times as you want.
so these on the left, from my understanding, these are the ones that you could redo. So they do resets for $75. So you pay
Yeah,
whatever this is, and then you pay this fee if you fail it. But for these,
yeah,
it looks like you can't do that.
yep, yeah, yeah.
So
And I'm pretty sure with the ones on the left, it's your standard 30 days or something like that. No.
yes, it just
Yeah.
says minimum 5 days. It doesn't have
Yes.
like a max. So this looks like 30 days.
Yeah, that's the regular one. Okay. Oh, that's cool, man. That's a different one. I haven't seen anything like that for $50. Shit, why not? Try it out.
That's what I was thinking too. Like $50. All the other ones are like 250.
But
Yeah.
you
So
better-
Desi, off a temporary pullback, you can lose this thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
Holy shit. Imagine it bounced right back the next minute. And
I'd be a
oh,
very upset man. Nobody
Yeah.
should hang out with me if that happens.
so you have to literally
Gotta have
be
your
a
take
sniper.
profits.
This is sniper trading. That's it. Like
And not
no
necessarily
pullback.
even sniper trading. Like, I took like a baby paper trade today for like a tick just to see how it worked on TradingView, which I'll show you guys in a bit. And yeah, like if you're a scalper and you're in and out, it will definitely
amazing.
be beneficial to you. For myself,
Yeah.
I'll probably still take my trades on the 5, maybe the 30-minute max. I don't really know about the 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I'll show you some
Hey,
trades.
and you can't hold the trades more than one day.
Yeah, they do not let you take the trade overnight.
Interesting. So what time would be overnight? So for example, let's say I get on now. I get on a trade at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. By what time would I have to close?
That I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really check that, mainly because I don't swing trade futures, and I don't recommend anybody swing trade futures. So I didn't really care too much about reading about that. But
Wait, this is futures or the currencies?
well, this specific one that I'm doing, they, I think in the frequently asked questions, you can check. I'm gonna post this website on the review. I mean, on the description of the YouTube video. So just check the frequently asked questions. They'll let you know exactly what you can trade. This specific one that I'm doing is for futures.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah. And anybody listening, do not ever swing futures unless you want to wake up to a bad time. All right.
It's not good to do that. They're just not really good for swing trading. Just out of curiosity.
Well, just put it this way. On ES, 1 point is worth $50 for one contract.
Ugh,
Let's just say you gap down 20 points, you're down
You're down.
$1,000.
yeah, I was just gonna say it's fluctuating like
And that's per
crazy.
contract. So I only day trade futures. I do not swing them. I only swing some options and some Forex and crypto. That's basically, I don't swing anything else.
Gotcha.
Cool. So let me switch over now to all that makes sense. Any other questions before I move on to TradingView?
Yeah, so what does it means by the max position, 14 minis, 140 micros?
Micro
That's
lots.
That's probably
Oh,
the
my bad. I was
size.
muted. Yeah, so the max
Lot size?
size, the max amount of contracts that you can have for ES is 14 contracts,
Mm,
which I think should be about half the account. Because if you, I did the math. If you full ported this account, you need like 5 points in your favor to win the trade or to win the thing. Which,
That's
by the way,
that's future talk, right?
yeah, this year's future. So
Oh, okay.
just to put it out there, I don't recommend anybody ever, ever, ever full port, and don't ever put more than 10% of your account in a trade. Putting that out there. So yeah, the max positions, you can have 14 contracts maximum in one size and 140 micros. That's micro ES. I gotta look it up, but I think it's like $1.25 per tick or $2.50 per tick. And E mini ES is $12.50 per tick. Yeah, I think the micro is it's $1.25 per tick, so it's like $5 a point. Cool. So any other questions before I move on?
Well, you could trade currencies in this though too, right?
You should be able to. I just didn't really look up the information for it.
Okay.
Mainly because my main focus was trading futures. But
Got
if you do discover that, definitely let me know.
Okay, gotcha. I'll hit up the customer service.
Sounds good. Any other questions?
No,
All
sir.
right. moving on to TradingView. Let me know when you guys can see my TradingView chart.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
See it.
On it.
So one thing that I learned, because I was trying to trade off ES1 with exclamation, which I'm sure a lot of you are used to. When you're trading, at least through TradeStation, TradeAvate, stuff like that, the ticker that you're trading is this. It's ESZ 2022. Z, like right after the ES, there's going to be a letter that's pretty much for the quarters. I think like March is H or something like that. I'll give you guys all that info, but essentially this changes depending on the year and the I guess season or quarter that it is. So right now we are on Z 2022 or December 2022. So these are the specific tickers that you're going to be trading, which is the exact same thing as ES1, just this is how you would trade them. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, so cool. Pretty straightforward. Order panel. For those who use the strat, they have a stop, buy, and sell, which is extremely convenient for us. Now, and you can set your take profit and stop loss. And once it triggers on the screen, actually, let me see if I can paper trade this. Let's see, maybe I can, maybe I can show you guys on the spot how it looks like. And then this is the funded account that they give you. Maybe I shouldn't be showing the info there. Anyways, so yeah, so you have all of these. Well, there's forex.com. There's a lot of other things that you can log into. You just click on see all brokers. So in a little bit, I'm gonna talk about TradeStation and I'm gonna talk about TradeAvate, and I'll go over that a little bit. But let's do paper trading. All right, so electronic. It might not be open, or actually, let's see if I can do this. All right, it's closed right now. It opens back up at 6:15, I think, or 6 p.m. Let's see if Bitcoin lets me do anything. Perfect. So let's just assume let's just do market just to get in here. So when you open your position, you can quickly modify the trade and it'll tell you how much you're open or down. This is a short position. So essentially with your stop losses or whatever it may be, you literally just edit it however you want to. Modify it. If you want to close the position and take your gains, and you can partial close it out as well. So boom, close position. I took my $3 L. Somebody owes me a cheeseburger. So yeah, pretty straightforward with the buy stops. I myself enjoy this. What's the bottom of this? 204.06. So boom, let's say I'm shorting this. I just put my take profit. Boom. So, if you trade the strat, you already know that we wait for triggers. Although I forgot to mention, I will probably do something like this, not directly at the bottom of the candle, but just a little bit past it to just make sure it actually triggers it. Because if it stops at the exact tip, you might get filled and it might not trigger the trade. This is mainly for those who trade the strat. You will understand what I'm saying. So if this trade does trigger it, take our first take profit there, modify it, and then close the position. You can bring this down here, the show panel. It'll tell you your orders, whatever's open, filled, positions, history, all that stuff. Making sense so far?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's super straightforward. Boom, there we
Look at
go.
that. Target one hit. Boom.
It's a paper trade, so it might not fill. The fills are probably weird. Boom, there you go. Cool. 2-2. reversal. Anyway, so pretty straightforward. This is you could literally do everything through here. When I am trading, I keep my watch list closed just to see more of the screen. Of course, you can edit it however you want. If you have an ultra wide monitor, please enjoy that for me because I'm still traveling. So I got my laptop and my second monitor attached to it. Yeah. And then again, just super straightforward. Click on, so you can log out. You can choose your broker, log in, connect to it, get the credentials that they give you, and just go from there. Any questions on that before I go into what I like or don't like about TradeVate and TradeStation?
Okay, I was a little lost on this. What you just demonstrated was how Elite Trading thing connects to the TradingView.
Oh, right. Let me clear that up. So specifically, Elite Trader, it gives you, from what I remember, 3 options. It gives you Ninja Trader, TradeVate, or TradingView, which automatically gives you TradeVate. And once you choose one, you cannot change it to something else. So I personally chose TradingView because I just log in through it with TradeVate. But if I chose TradeVate as my platform of choice, then I can only use the TradeVate platform, which I do not want to do.
Got it.
Yep. So it's
Yeah,
something.
I was wondering how this thing connect. I never traded through TradingView, so
Oh yeah, it's super clutch. So like even down here, maybe I could bring this up.
Can you search brokers on that there?
Yeah, so right here you could hit see all brokers, and then it'll give you all the ones that are available to connect on TradingView. Interactive brokers is here, so whoever is overseas, you can use that and connect to it. I think you could trade stocks, maybe options. I'm just not sure how that would work. You can trade futures on it, as far as I know. I could be wrong. For those who do use it, please correct me. But yeah, these are the current ones that TradingView allows for you to integrate with your own charts. Oh yeah, interactive brokers. There you go. Cool. So, all that making sense before I move on?
Yeah.
yep.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So, for those who might want to trade futures, but don't really care for a funded account as of yet, TradeAvate and TradeStation, from my understanding, besides like, using like to trade actual futures, not like CFDs, like on a Forex broker, essentially TradeStation, its margin requirements are much lower than other brokers. Like, for example, Thinkorswim, you need at least, I think, 17.8K minimum in your account to trade futures, specifically ES. TradeStation, you only need 1100 or 1200 to trade ES. And to trade MES, you need 275 or 375 in your account to trade it. Now, TradeAvate, I would personally use. Well, I'm actually going to switch over to TradeAvate this week. I already started the process of opening my account, but TradeAvate, you only need, I think it's $600 to start trading ES. So the margin requirements is even lower than the other ones. And to trade MES, it's about $55 to $100 that you need in the account. But of course, you do want to have some, maybe double or triple that amount, so you can have some wiggle room, because we are trading with margin and you do not want to get margin called. And something else to throw out there for TradeAvate. So I already paid for futures data on I already pay for futures data on TradingView. However, for TradeAvate, you need to pay it through them in order to use it through TradingView, which is, I think, is like $15 a month. with the money that we're going to be making, that's nothing. That's what, like a trip, that's like an Uber Eats order, probably even less. Anyway, so something to notice, it won't allow you to trade anything unless you're unless you're paying for the futures data on TradeView. TradeStation, as far as I know, doesn't require that. All you need is just to connect it. You can have your futures data here. I myself am going to pay for both. I'm already paying for the TradingView one, but I'm going to pay for the TradeView one. Just personal preference. Cool. Any other questions? You could type it in the chat or you can come off mute. How to set up paper trading on TV. All right, so on this arrow down here, Brown, where it says show panel, just click that up. Go to, right here, just click on paper trading, TradingView, connect. And then there you go, you got your paper trading account. And I think it's just at 100K that they start you off at. Oh, every time you open or reconnect to the paper trading, you start at 100K. So you can always practice with that. Yeah, super easy. So specifically, Brian, this is for futures. For options, I'm not entirely sure how that would work through TradingView. If I discover anything, I'll let you guys know. Or if you discover anything, please let me know, and then I'll just share with everybody else. And we'll go from there. But as far as I know, at least from my understanding, it's pretty straightforward. You can do futures, crypto, forex, regular stock, which is straightforward because you're buying and selling, or going long or short. Unlike options, you got to click on the options chain, all that stuff. Yes, I'm gonna post this one, Brown. Probably in the next, probably like 10 p.m. I'll have this up ready to go. So I'm alert everyone. You're very welcome. Any last questions? That's pretty much the presentation or just the session. Anything else you guys want to let me know? How's the time? Give you 4-5 more minutes to ask questions, and I'm gonna hop off.
It does. I never traded futures before, but what symbols do you trade the most?
So me specifically, I only trade ES. I don't trade anything else. Now, if you are very new to futures trading, what I would recommend is trade MES, because I think it's like $5 per point as opposed to $50 per point on ES, on the E-mini. So if
So
you
what
want,
is ES and MS? What is that?
so ES is basically just the S&P 500 futures, and MES is micro, so it's 1/10 the size of ES. So for people who may be new to futures trading and they don't want to take, if they don't want like to get the $50 per point move for or against them, they can start off with MES, which is micro E-mini. It gives you $5 per point. So if you do mess up, you're only losing $5 per point as opposed to $50 per point.
Awesome.
When you're trading futures, it's referred to as a point.
Yeah, so specifically for futures, it's referenced in points. 1 point in futures equates to 10 pips.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
And
So
what is
very,
pips?
like, small movements that make it move very like large and like go down really quick as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Somebody asked what a pip is.
Yeah, isn't that like Forex terminology?
Yeah, so yeah, pips are for forex. I mainly just mentioned pips because Taylor trades forex.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that dollar conversion. Like, how many points is a dollar?
Well, in Forex terms, that depends on your lot size and your leverage. I use 1 to 50 on my account. So if I use a lot size of 0.01, I'm getting $1 for every 10 pips, or I'm getting a $1 for every point. Yeah, Brown, this is a elite funding. I used it today. Everything worked fine. I've had some other, I came across like 2 other people who used it. However, I got into it. Holy, wow, rest in peace.
I was just looking at that.
Um, elite funding, it's legit from what people have told me that used it. I mainly got into the funded accounts because one of my students, he uses Apex trading. I think it's about $35 and they give you 50K to trade with. But I think that that deal ends tomorrow night. And I'll post both of them on the description of this video so you guys can use either or, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. One thing to note as well that I forgot to mention earlier is that at least for Apex, well, specifically my student uses NinjaTrader. I'm not sure if TradeAvate or Elite Funding offers this, but my student has 4 accounts and you can copy trade on each one. So if instead of manually trading on each account and doing like 4 different sessions on all those accounts, you can like sync them all up and you can sync them all up and take the exact same trade on all accounts. Like he passed 2 of them in a row that way, and he opened up 2 other ones, and he has 4 accounts synced up that takes the same trades.
That's unreal. That's NinjaTrader?
Specifically with Apex funding, and yeah, he uses NinjaTrader. So, but I'm not entirely sure how to set that up. I'll probably reach out to him
That's pretty cool.
and see how that works. Yes, so the specific one that I chose, Brown, there is no monthly renewal. Once you fail that challenge, you can never do it again. But let me switch my screen again and I'll show you. Let me know if you guys can see my browser screen.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. So the ones on the right side, like right here, the fast track, these, as far as I know, once you fail them, you can never try them again. Like you're one and done. But these over here, if you fail them, you can pay $75 to restart the challenge. So you pay this one time, and if you fail, you just pay this again to renew it. And you also pay, I'm not entirely sure if it's this amount every 30 days or if it's 75 every 30 days. Actually, no, $80 per month once you qualify. And the same thing for this, $80 a month. I'll gladly pay $80 a month to trade with an account size of 100K or more. And they give you, I forgot to mention this, they give you a 90-10 split. So for Apex, I think the first 10K is yours. You keep 100% of the first 10K in profits. For Elite, it's the first 12.5K that you keep for yourself. And then after that, for both of them, Apex and Elite, it's a 90-10 split. So whatever profits you make, you keep 90%, they take 10%.
That's really good.
Yep. So if you sign up for the Elite one or even the Apex, I think it's literally on the spot or even by the next day. Because when I signed up for the Elite one earlier, I probably did it around like 9:45 in the morning because TradeStation was giving me problems. So I just did this to use TradeAvate. Literally, as soon as I signed up, they gave me the login credentials immediately. Oh, I forgot to mention this. If you're going to use TradeAvate or if you're going to use TradingView with TradeAvate, you need to go on tradeavate.com and log in first with the credentials they give you and sign all the paperwork. Like, are you a professional trader? Which I put no. Do you work for a firm? No. Just answer and sign all those documents, and then go into your TradingView and log in with the credentials.
I got another question. When you complete all the challenges, is the 100K now just yours? You don't need to worry about breaking challenges again, or are those challenges always on there forever? Like you always need to be very, cautious of the challenge.
So that I got to look more into. I think
That would
this
be
is
cool.
just to beat it, but there is a drawdown that, from my understanding, from what my student told me, is that even if you pass the challenge account and you're making money, this and this and that, if there is ever a time where you like bring the account to a specific amount, they will suspend you from trading on it. And I think they either do one of two things. They make you paper trade for a month, or like for 2 weeks or whatever, to get you back on track, or you have to restart the challenge again without failing it to start getting paid out again.
Oh no, what I was trying to say is like if you were like when you get the account, you follow the challenges, right? If
Mhm.
you complete the challenges, you get the full 100K funding, but
Oh, I see
no
what you mean.
challenges anymore.
So yeah, so the 100K, it's not like, oh, I made 6,000, you're gonna give me 100K. That
No, that's not. I mean, like when you have that 100K and you like, are those challenges always enforced on the 100K?
Oh, so if I'm understanding, what you mean is, once I pass the challenge, do I still have that amount to trade with?
Because here's, for example, this might make it a little bit better to understand. So my cousin found something like this, a funded account. I think it was like $250. But after you completed the first challenge, like it went by like 5 days to do one challenge and then like 10 days to do another challenge.
Mhm.
But if you got all the 5 challenges, then you just got the 100K and there's no more challenges. You just can't
Yes.
lose a certain
Yes,
amount.
exactly. So once you beat the challenge, you can freely trade with the 100K. There's no like, oh, you got to make 5,000 or
Yeah, you
6,000,
can swing
10,000.
trade it and everything if you want it. You don't need to worry about that.
I still wouldn't swing trade futures. And
No, no,
honestly,
no. I just mean like as in like a sense that you would be able to swing trade, like the fluctuation would be allowed now.
that I'm not entirely sure. But like I said, they're still gonna have a max drawdown that you can't bring the
Gotcha.
account here, because they're not gonna, oh, he passed the account. Let me
Drain
let him
the
go
account.
below 100K. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So there's still going to be a drawdown that they impose on you. What exactly that is, I'm not too sure. Because once you pass the challenge, they contact you within 72 hours to let you know what the next phase is.
Gotcha.
But after you pass the challenge, you could literally just trade it, make 2,000 a month, or 5,000, 10,000, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be like $6,000 in the first 14 days or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And you're gonna be taking quite a bit of that, especially how you get that first whatever 10 or 12 and then it's 90-10. That's a pretty good split if you ask me.
I would say so. I had somebody that showed me some accounts that he did, cashed out like 90K the first month.
Yeah, and like you were saying, you sync them up and then you have a whole bunch of funded accounts, so you're not even using your own money.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
So, Brown, one thing that at least somebody told me before you came in, they told me that it starts when you take the first trade. So if you start it right now, I'm not entirely sure if it's when you put your first trade or when you buy the package. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I would suggest, see if you can contact them, or I guess even through their Discord, maybe you can ask them through there, and then let us know, and I'll share with everybody else. Let's see, qualified account rules. There was definitely a session or a section. What instruments can I trade? All right, so this looks like a bunch of, well, basically all of these things right here. This is what you can trade. Oh, well, it looks like there are futures. Nice. I'll let Ricky know that actually. After this, you can trade Bitcoin. If you want to trade animals, go for it.
And this would all be futures though.
Yep, but there's also just saw it right now. Currency. Well, I guess currency futures, Canadian
Is there a
dollar.
filter at top?
Yeah. So this is specifically for futures and stuff like that. Well, you
Oh.
can go over the list and go from there. And then it shows you the commissions right here. So I think for ES, let me see, ES is two, so it's $4.08 a trade that you pay in commissions. But yeah, all the info will be here. I'm gonna post it in the description in the video when I'm done. Other than that, thank you all for coming out. Really appreciate it. Any other questions that you have, just message me on the Discord or whatever other platform you know me on, and I'll get back to you when I can. And yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Take her easy.
Yeah, all of y'all too. Later.
Peace.